What's up guys, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in to another video. Today I just got the wheel spacers in. We're gonna go ahead and throw them on the Mustang. I also ended up unwrapping the rear spoiler. I just think it looks better black, so I just had it off the car, went ahead and just took the wrap off. I think it looks cooler, giving it a little bit of more contrast to the rear end of the car. And a lot of my friends thought the same thing about this as well. So we got black spoiler, black roof, mirrors, and hood vents, as well as the door handles. I think I'm just gonna leave them black, even though the other side is wrapped. A lot of you guys kept messaging me, telling me to take the wrap off. It looks better black, but I don't know, I kind of thought it looked good like this too. So I don't know, everyone has their own opinion, but I'm just kind of going with what I like. I do have to see the car every day, but we're gonna go ahead and throw the front spacers on. I do have to get this Challenger out of the way, put it over here, and get some work done. Here we go. All right, fellas, car is in the garage, ready to get it all fixed up. This hideous looking fitment has to go. So I'm about to fix it up real quick. Here we go. Hope you guys are ready for this. I'm gonna go ahead and show you just kind of like a before and where everything fits, so you can see the rear. You can kind of see the tire a little bit here. You cannot, because it sits so far inside the fender. So looking at it from the top, you cannot see anything. So we're about to fix that real quick. Let me go ahead and slap on the first spacer. I want to do this side real quick. Here we go. Yeah, so if you are planning to lower your car, just know that you will need a low profile jack to start raising the car at home. If you don't have one, you're gonna have to buy one of those, because a normal jack will not fit. So I have a low profile jack right here, as you can see. It's underneath the car. I'm gonna go ahead and start jacking up. Just a little bit of dust and debris got onto them. I'm getting them repainted though, so we should be good on there. So I'm going to unbox the new spacers. I picked these up off of Amazon, since they are the same ones that American Muscle carries, but a lot cheaper. About 40 bucks cheaper, 50 bucks cheaper, half price pretty much. And they are the hub-centric billet aluminum wheel adapters. You get one pair, and they're the Coyote brand, so that's a good brand. I'm rocking on the back. They come in black. So this is it right here, and it is a 1-inch. So these are exactly the ones I got in the back. The only thing is they don't have the Coyote print on them, but I don't really care. They do have the part number though, and they come in the Coyote box, so we should be good to go. Now it's time to go ahead and slap it on. Now, in order to get a great fitment with these, you make sure that you wire brush and get anything dirty on the surface off, and then you want to use some Loctite to just make sure that they don't come off at all. So we're going to use this metal brush to clean it up, clean up any rust or anything. As you can see, there's a little bit of rust going on here. Gonna put some Loctite on them right here. Make sure that they don't come off, because that would be pretty bad. Okay, great. Now we can put the spacer on. You just want to make sure that it clicks in. It's just perfectly set up. We have Loctite on these, so that's good. So the spacer's on, Loctite's on all the lug nuts. Tightened up as much as I could. I even put some pressure on the brake caliper so it wouldn't move, and tightened it really, really hard so it stays on there really well. We cleaned out the surface to make sure that there's no reason it would not sit even onto the rotor. Should be good to go. Here we go. Alrighty guys, all done. Not too hard of an install, but I think it's looking much better. I'm going to pull out in the sunlight in a second here, but you can already tell that it's showing off a lot more. It looks a lot better now. If you look at it from the top, you'll see that it just comes out right on par with the fender, so that way it doesn't sit too sunken in like this side does, like so. So see, if you look at it from here, kind of sits in. Look at it from here, tires right there, matching up with the back. Looks amazing, much better. Here we go. We're gonna do the second side real quick, see how that looks. Just like that, we have our new spaces on both sides. Man, much better. Look at that. Let's go ahead and pull the car out. I need to go for a little spin, make sure everything is good to go with the car before taking it on anything type of curvy road or anything like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a quick test drive and then tighten everything down again just to make sure we are good to go. Here we go. All right guys, let's go for a proper test drive now. See if everything we installed. And the good thing about these spacers is that they are hub centric, so you won't have any vibrations or anything like that after installing them. If you do have vibrations, probably your wheels or tires that have an issue, not the spacers, because I've been rocking them on the back for a minute now and I've had no problems whatsoever. The car feels really smooth even at high speed. There's nothing going on, so that's the good part. So they are hub centric, and they're pretty cheap also, you know, for the quality you're getting. I think it's a very good value, especially on Amazon. You know, 46 bucks, and they're same spacers are going for like 84 on American Muscle. So that's the cool thing. It's the exact same product number and everything too. So we'll do a little pull here, make sure everything's working right. Oh yeah, no problems. There we go. Just did a test drive. Everything checks out with regards to the spacers being tight. No wobbles, no shaking of any sort going on in the front. The fitment is awesome, much better than it was. And now remember, because we did put the springs on yesterday, that there is going to be some time before they settle in. The back is definitely looking low. The front, I think, is going to settle in a little bit as we drive around and put some miles on the car. A lot of people were wondering why I didn't go with the Sport line. Now the Sport line is another version of the Eibach, but it is one that is a little more extreme, so you get a bigger drop. And that's exactly why I didn't go with it, actually. As much as I like, you know, the idea of the car looking low and everything like that, I don't want to destroy the car. I don't want to worry about taking the car out because it's too low. Like small dips like that become an issue when you go super low. And you run the risk of, you know, scraping things underneath the car and, you know, damaging the underbody of the car, and I just didn't want to go through that route. I felt like the best way to do this was to get a good drop to the point where, you know, it's pleasing aesthetically, but at the same time, functionality, daily driving, stuff like that, the car will still retain a usable height to where I don't have to worry all the time about scraping and hitting things, stuff like that. So that's really why I didn't go super low with it. And I think this is a very good happy medium between the two. The car definitely looks a lot more aggressive. looks a lot better, you know, stance, and it drives nice. There isn't really a huge difference over stock in terms of like ride quality. It's still a comfortable ride, but it does feel like it handles better now, you know, just because of the weight of the car, so it's a little lower. And I mean, look at how nice it looks from this angle and stuff like that. I think it's definitely what sold me on it. So that's the look that we're working with. That's how it looks now. Hopefully it settles a little bit, not too much, but for everyone wondering why I didn't go with the Sport line, which sit lower than this, that's why I just wanted the Pro Kit. I'm happy with this. It's not too aggressive, not too crazy. It gives me the look that I want. And yeah, man, that's how the Mustang is looking at the moment. Next step would be getting some wheels, but until then, I'm glad I got the spacers because they definitely gave me that look that I was going for. Because yesterday, looking at the front end was just miserable for me. Every time I looked at it, it just looked weird because the wheels come really sunken in on the Mustangs. I don't know why they come so far into the fenders, but it's not a nice look. This is a much better look, as you can see there. So if you are interested in picking up the spacers that I got, check the link in the description. And if you are interested in picking up the springs that I have, which is the Pro Kit from Eibach, check it out in the link in the description down below. I believe it's a 1.1 drop in the front and a 1 inch in the back, so a 1 inch all around the car. And as you can see, it really just kind of gives the appearance of a nice kind of full wheel well, and definitely more in the back than in the front. But overall, the car looks way better with this kit and with the wrap and everything. I'm pretty pleased with it aesthetically. I know a lot of you guys want to put my 5.0 badges on. I will, I have them. So here's one of the 5.0 badges, and it would go right here. If I can find, there's like some markings for it. So as you can see, we have the black and red, and I went with the black and red just to complement it. So maybe I can slap it on real quick. But actually I need to clean the surface, so I won't put it on. But I do have the badges, they will be going on. I just can't put them on just yet. I need to clean the car and prep the surface before I do so. I don't know, I love this car, man. I'm really loving it. And I can't believe how big of a change you know, I've made to it in such a short amount of time. I think taking off the wrap on the wing was a good move as well, because now it kind of has some contrast going on. Black tips, you know, black little rear valance, and then the black wing, as well as the roof and everything like that, just ties in to it pretty nice. So that is gonna be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We did the spacers. I spoke a little bit about the springs. So let me know what you guys think. I know some of you guys wanted me to do coilovers, but I feel like this is good for what I needed at the moment. I'm going to do some more upgrades to the car in terms of BMR suspension components and some Steeda stuff as well as we go along and get more up there in power. So thanks a lot for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new. My name is Rush. Catch you in the next one. Peace.